what a job Herr Flick has done with this Bayern Munich team. Rio probably edged it overall, do you think?
Yeah, I think they did. They were the more composed team, I thought they grabbed their chance. I think Koeman, you just saw Flick, the manager, cuddling and speaking to Koeman. That was a big decision. Perisic had impressed in the last couple of games. Bringing him in out of the cold like that, and the kid was magnificent today. He was the person who looked most likely to break the deadlock, and he went and done that goal. Could have scored again after that, but I thought that the Germans today, they looked like a team who had that control, the mentality. Once they went ahead, there was no way, I don't think, for me, it didn't look like PSG had anything else to get back into the game. They just really took the stuffing out of the whole game.
Yeah, your old club has done it?
Well, to be fair, Gary, they've won 21 in a row. You know, that's 30 games unbeaten, and they weren't at their best, but there's not many teams in the world that can make PSG only have 38% possession. You know, it wasn't the game we expected, and PSG sat off and played on the counter, but Hansi Flick's found all the right decisions at the right moments, and it was Koeman today. Big decision. He absolutely tore apart Kehrer, and thought Neuer was outstanding. I thought Thiago was outstanding. And that's the point. Bayern have more depth. If Mbappe and Neymar don't play to their best, who shows up? Nobody. And you think for Bayern, Thiago and Koeman stepped up. Neuer was world class. So, I mean, this is the goal. Real. What a ball from Thiago that is.
If Thiago doesn't play that ball, this doesn't happen. It's an unbelievable ball. There are not many other players on the pitch. What a touch there from Müller. The ball from Kimmich, fantastic. The two centre-backs at PSG out of position. The box flooded with red shirts, creates confusion, and this guy comes up with the goods.
That is normally what we see from Bayern Munich. Neuer with a little touch. Look at the bodies they're getting there from open play. That is just... There's too many people to mark. Kehrer is flooded, and... good header from the young man.
Koeman, he was at PSG as an 8-year-old boy.
Player, wasn't he? That's right, went to Juventus.
Yeah, and he's one of them, obviously, the money that came into from the Qataris. He was one of the players offloaded, and he's come back and done this. His trophy haul since leaving is it's actually not. He shouldn't be allowed.
Never lost a league, has he?
It's unbelievable. So the kid knows how to win.
Certainly does. Heartbreak for PSG, and it's awful losing in a final.
When you think about Thiago Silva, you know, been one of the best centre-backs we've seen for a decade. That's his last game. Yeah. You know, you would have wanted to leave lifting the trophy, Kylian Mbappe. You think about some of the chances he had in this game.
And Neymar, Mbappe and Neymar didn't quite happen for them.
These guys won't enjoy their holidays this year. No. They won't. I've been there. That position where you feel you were that close, you were in the final. Listen, we got destroyed in the 2 finals against Barcelona. This was closer, but it doesn't alter the fact that you will go on holiday and you'll be just enjoying yourself and starting to get into the groove of where you're at, and then bang, you're taken back by hook or by crook back to this moment, and that feeling is terrible. It takes a while to get rid of it, but...
What's it like when you've won one, though, on your holidays? How did you celebrate?
I don't remember it was that good.
It was like that, wasn't it?
I mean, after the Champions League final in Moscow, it was probably the most I've ever consumed. Yeah. I went toe-to-toe with one of the fans who got into the party, and I ended up out drinking him that night, and I was worse for wear that night. I ended up showering in my full suit that I wore in Moscow, and almost missed a flight home. So it was
when you're allowed,
you can get away
to celebrate. And I'm sure the Bayern Munich players will celebrate as well as they possibly can under these circumstances at the moment. What a moment for Kingsley Coman.
To be fair, they call him the King. That's his name around the training ground, and he played like a young king today. Honestly, he was, you know, for a kid that doesn't start every game, he was full of confidence, you know, and maybe looked at Kehrer and thought, right, I'm coming for him every time I get it. But credit Bayern players, they got him the ball in 1v1s, and to be fair, Di Maria wasn't always coming back to help Kehrer, and there was only going to be one winner there, wasn't there, Rio? Koeman against Kehrer.
Yeah, definitely, and I think Flick deserves, the manager of Bayern deserves huge credit. The bravery in the way they played, the belief. Yeah. Obviously, the run that they run instills that belief and reinforces that. But sometimes we've seen people like Pep Guardiola, huge experience, a great manager, change his tactics in critical moments like this. He came out, was straight away in the press conference, no, we are where we are because of the way we play, we believe in it, and we aren't changing, and they got their rewards today.
If you think about, I mean, the great history Bayern Munich has over the years, they've only won 1 treble. You know, that is the second one. That goes down as one of the greatest Bayern Munich teams ever. I know he's got a small body of work. I mean, imagine Bayern Munich changed managers this season. Yeah, and he's gone in and turned this team into an absolute machine. And not only winning, but winning in fashion.
What are they saying about Owen over there? You see that, you know that...
Everybody's blown away. And, you know, the football's blown everybody away. but the closeness of which the group has brought together, obviously the results help, but he's brought everybody on side, and it helps, I think, when you bring Boateng and Muller and you bring them back into the team who help the dressing room.
Achievement, because by and large during his career he's been a number 2, obviously to Joachim Löw for quite some considerable time. He was with Kovac, wasn't he, as number 2, and then he stepped in and they thought it just a caretaker role.
They did, yeah.
But to have this much success, this is more than a bounce. This is like sustained. This is unbeaten in 2020. It's ludicrous.
I mean, if you think we were there last season when Liverpool absolutely thoroughly outplayed them, didn't it? And we thought, oh, it's the end of an era. And all of a sudden now, it feels like the start of an era. Leroy Sané is to come into this team. I mean, my word.
They need it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just shows, you know, the big one is Thiago. They got to keep him.
Yeah.
He was one of the best players on the pitch. Liverpool fans will be watching that thinking, yes, please.
Yeah. But you see Davis there, Alphonso Davies. We talked about his trajectory and how he's come into this scene, and 19 years old, Champions League final, and doing what he's done. Lockdown Di Maria, who would have been one of the danger men of this game. Creative. I mean, it's phenomenal. And
Mbappe had his chances tonight. Poor night for him. Really
sick, definitely.
Hey, if you think about, you know, Cristiano and Messi, they'll be watching this game, and that's why they're on the level that they are. Because when those chances come, they're in. I know, really. You know, they take them, and
he's
I know
the difference between. He's very young. Mbappe. I was going to mention perhaps Neymar. That's perhaps the difference between him and the big 2.
But that's what I'm saying. Those guys want
marginal distance because he's a wonderful player.
Oh yeah, they're the next 2 behind, but they want to take the crown. You can only take the crown if you get the goals. But to be fair, Bayern have been the best team all season.
Like, I was a bit worried about the engraving because when they put the picture on it, it was just still on the capital B, and I thought he's got a long way to go. But he's obviously quite a quick engraver, and we'll hand back to the commentators when it looks like they're going to present that trophy to the captain of Bayern Munich. And what a moment that will be. You can see the emotions of both sides. Such contrasting emotions.
Oh, hugely contrasting. You're standing there when you've lost, thinking of shoulda, woulda, coulda, what if. How we
what ifs never go away either.
Yeah, they never. And you do it till your career's finished, and probably into retirement. But also, it's about the winners sitting there and just thinking and dreaming about thinking about the dreams they had. This is one fulfilled. Yeah. Beautiful moment.
Neymar in tears there. And what were you like when you first won the Champions League with Bayern Munich? 2001, wasn't it? What did you do to celebrate?
You just can't believe it. I mean, the thing was, in Germany at the time, it was my first season, and I was so young. I didn't really celebrate because I didn't want the boys to think I was a flash in the pan. So I just was in the corner quietly with my family, had a drink and went to bed. And let the old...
Moscow?
Oh no, I went for it in Moscow. I went for it in Moscow.
I
was 27, I had to enjoy it, but no, I think it's hard to get here, you know, as a player. We were speaking before, Rio, you know, I think Bayern, the last time they were 2012, you know, it's...
Looks like they're trying to persuade Neymar actually to go up and collect his runners-up medal if
he has to go, you can't sulk.
No, you can't sulk.
You can't sulk, you've got to show some respect for your position and go up there and get the trophy. He will, surely.
Well, they've tasted victory, haven't they? Di Maria and Neymar. It probably shouldn't be quite as painful to them as it is perhaps to some of the players that have never won this competition.
Yeah, but I think it is. I think the reasons that someone like Neymar has is justification for being at PSG, for leaving Barcelona. It's almost that siege mentality that you kind of create for yourself, and I think he was in that mode. And again, the likes of Mbappe, a chance to step out of the shadows of the Cristiano Ronaldos and the Messis. Not that this game would have been to do that alone by itself, but it helps you on that way, knocking down another trophy. Yeah. Their time will come again. Mbappe's 21 years old. His time will definitely come.
Okay, well.